On Pool Deck, the podcast that talks all things in and around the aquatic recreation industry. Welcome everybody, and thank you for joining me on Pool Deck. I'm Steve Good, and today is our very first podcast episode. We are very excited that you're able to take this journey with us to talk all things aquatic. So today we're going to be talking about accreditation for the aquatic recreation industry here in WA. We will talk about what is accreditation and its importance, how to get accredited and how to maintain it, what is professional development, and what is valid PD. So let's dive in. So what is accreditation? Well, accreditation is being officially recognised or certified to work in the industry. The aquatic technical operator's position is usually called an aquatic supervisor, a duty manager or pool manager. Basically, it's someone who manages the plant room and the pool water quality of that facility, as well as other supervisory and management roles. The Aquatic Technical Operator Accreditation is a requirement under the Department of Health Code of Practice in WA. This requirement in the Code of Practice was first released into the industry in 2008. This is certainly a turning point, a positive step in the aquatic industry in WA, as it provided legislative requirements to ensure that people operating our facilities had to be formally trained to industry standards. It ensured that operators had to keep their skills and knowledge up to date with continuous professional development. What we didn't want to happen or continue to happen is that a pool manager would do some sort of training and never maintain their skills and knowledge in the industry. In the Code of Practice, it states currency of practice will be demonstrated by maintaining accreditation with the Leisure Institute of Western Australia Aquatics or an approved equivalent. So what is required for accreditation? Currently, the requirements to obtain accreditation are that you must have completed an aquatic technical operator skill set. In WA, this is the pool operations course run by Royal Lifesaving. The pool operations course is a 2 to 3 day face-to-face training course, as well as completing both online and workplace assessments. This course provides operators with an entry-level qualification that focuses on testing pool water quality and pool water maintenance procedures, maintaining aquatic facility plant and equipment and maintenance procedures, and identifying risks and applying risk management processes. Now, we have a large percentage of facilities in WA that use chlorine gas. If you want to operate a facility that has chlorine gas, you will need to complete some additional training. Training will need to cover the safe use and monitoring of liquefied chlorine gas and a self-contained breathing apparatus course. These are usually additional courses, often linked to the pool operations course in WA. The ATO skill set has been adopted nationally as a baseline qualification to operate and manage an aquatic facility. So if you already have the ATO skill set, for an example from another state in Australia, then the chlorine gas and SCBA course might be the only additional training you require to gain accreditation. Now, changes are currently being reviewed in the code as the Aquatic Technical Operator skill set will now be the baseline qualification for all commercial aquatic facilities in WA. Whilst accreditation is required for a Group 1 public swimming pool, it is not a requirement for Group 2s through to 4s and also residential non-commercial swimming pools, just like your home pool. So now that you've been accredited, how do you maintain it? It is really important to ensure that once an operator has been trained in the skills and knowledge to operate a facility, that continuous professional development is being done to ensure you are keeping up your skills and knowledge, maintaining a network and collaborating with industry. Industry qualifications such as pool lifeguard, resuscitation and first aid all require people to renew these qualifications at various timeframes. This is because your knowledge and skill level diminishes over time. Training, delivery, regulations and standards also change from time to time. Could you imagine in this day and age if we didn't update our skills and knowledge? we may still be rolling people over a barrel or blowing smoke up their butts just to try and revive a drowning person. This is the same for operators. Well, some patrons still try and blow the smoke up a pool manager's butt, but this is a talk for another podcast. Standards, training requirements, knowledge, and skills all change over time, and maintaining regular professional development will ensure operators are kept up to speed and build on their current skills and knowledge. As the ATO skill set is an entry-level qualification, it should not be expected that our operators will have the full range of skills and knowledge within the industry. They are going to be an operator that still requires nurturing and guidance. Real-life learning will happen on the job. Also, having a good, robust induction process and ongoing mentoring and support is often the best way to develop an operator in the workplace. It is important for employers to understand that by doing an entry-level qualification, learning does not stop there. The operator is not going to know everything, nor should they be expected to. The employer and industry support is vital to allow the operator to develop and grow into their role. After the first year, a reminder will be sent to renew accreditation. This is often not linked with LEWA membership fees, so updating and paying your membership does not renew your accreditation. Accreditation is free for LEWA members, so no additional payments are required to renew your application. All new and renewing applications for accreditation need to be completed online with all the relevant documentation attached to the application. LEWA is issuing accreditation on behalf of the Department of Health. You must be able to provide evidence of completing PD. This includes any additional third-party PDs you have completed, such as a certificate of completion or qualification. Without this, we do not have the evidence to support your application. So this leads me into what sort of PD is best or valid. We highly recommend that attending conferences and seminars is your best form of PD, as it covers off on so many different aspects of the industry. The importance of PD, though, is to ensure it is relevant and valid for accreditation. Programs and PD such as Bronze Medallion or Swim Teacher PDs are not deemed valid for an aquatic technical operator. These are usually associated with program delivery and not the technical operational aspects of running a pool. Other areas that are being reviewed but are still currently required to gain and maintain accreditation is a current pool lifeguard and provide first aid qualification. These cover aspects of emergency response for operators and are vital in facilities, especially single operators, as these operators are the pool manager, the lifeguard, and the first aid person at the pool. LEWA is currently working with industry partners such as Royal Lifesaving to work out what else can be done, especially in the online environment of PD and continuing learning, as well as trying to link in other PD to conferences and seminars to minimise travel and days off work. We are also continuing discussions to ensure documents such as the Guidelines for Safe Pool Operations, the GSPO, and the Department of Health Code of Practice are up to date to ensure operators have the correct information that they need to remain compliant and maintain a highly professional and competent workforce. Well, today we've covered off on a fair bit of information, from understanding what accreditation is, its importance, to what we need to do to become accredited and to maintain it. If any of this information has raised questions, please get in touch with us via our email, accreditation@lewaquatics.org.au, or visit the LEWA Aquatics website for more information. We also encourage you to search and follow us on all the social media channels to be kept up to date. And lastly, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to our first ever podcast, and hope you will join us again next time on Pool Deck.